Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AzizDrives. Today I'm presenting one of the most sold M cars ever and one of the best M cars you have ever seen. And it's the M3 Touring. Before we start the review, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Thank you to Auto Salon Volkswagen at this point. Let's begin. BMW didn't have an answer to the RS4 Avant, but this time with the M3 Touring they did an absolute genius trick, man. They brought out a competitor, and let me tell you this is the first time in history of the being of Audi and BMW that Audi people went actually to BMW to buy their car. I mean, 50% of the M3s are now Tourings. It's sick. And let me tell you this straightforward. If you think that this is not one of the most incredible performance packages cars you have ever driven in your life, you are mistaken. There's a driving review and I couldn't believe how this car performs. It's absolutely sick. Let's have a look at the design. So what I think is very interesting is of course that they kept the M3 style and look. Of course, it looks beautiful. We have this very big and large kidneys that we actually got used to now. The car is pretty, it has been around for a couple of years now, so we are sort of in line with it. First everybody hated it, now it looks pretty normal. Beautiful headlights, of course, openings here to cool the brakes, openings here to cool the engine, two power domes, not a central power dome like in the previous generation, and then of course from the side this beautiful design, some M elements here, one of the most beautiful wheels there is. I mean, the new BMW wheel design, there's no need even for aftermarket wheels. They look beautiful. And then here is the major change. It is a Touring and it has actually space. Look at that. Very sharp angles, beautiful, even bars for you to put your sheets on the top, or if you have more luggage and you need more luggage space. Then of course sharp angles, big side skirts, a massive rear end, beautiful wheels in the back, Michelin Pilot Sport tires, and of course an M compound brake system. Fantastic. And then you come to the rear. This is where the magic happens. A little spoiler at the top. And of course the Touring in the back. You can open this separately, no problem. Close it down, open the trunk, very nice. And you're looking at 500 liters of space in the back. And when you put the rear seats down, 1,600 liters of volume. That's fantastic. Then, of course, 4 big exhaust pipes, beautiful taillight design, and a diffuser that actually helps you with performance and going around the track. I mean, it's brilliant. And it doesn't look that understatement in my opinion. I think it looks very, very interesting. Let's have a look at the technical specs. So in the beginning I told you that this is an absolute weapon around corners, and the numbers don't lie. 7 minutes and 34 seconds makes this the fastest Touring that ever was on the Nürburgring. So it's absolutely incredible how this car performs. We have 1.8 tons, actually almost 1.9 if you fill it up. And we have, of course, one of the best engines BMW has ever presented. So let me pop the hood to show you what the engine is all about. Pull 2 times on the handle to reveal this S58 3-liter twin-turbocharged beauty, powerful engine with 510 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. Able to accelerate this car from 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds, man. And BMW says it will use about 10.1 liters. But I have tested it and you can drive those cars on the Autobahn at around 8 liters, man. It's absolutely fantastic. And the M2 with the same engine, I managed to drive this car at 6.1 liters in the first 100 kilometers I drove. That is incredible. So now, have a listen. Welcome to the interior of the M3 Touring. So let's talk about the materials. Let me tell you this for first. This is one of the entrance packages you can actually get. It really doesn't have a fancy interior because there's actually, it's the cheapest to be honest. But we have the updated version of the 4K screen here. We have the new climate controls here, and it looks very nice. This is a mid-class segment, so not even the premium mid-class, and for that it's an okay look. But to be honest, the latest BMW M and especially the BMW infotainment system looks a little bit boring to be honest. Also the materials that they use, I think they're not even that good like in the last couple of models that they have. I think they really save on materials. We have plastic here on the top, like a soft plastic. Then on the side of the door, also the soft plastic. It's really, really bad. And of course, leather on the side, that's not that bad. We have some ambiental lights here surrounding that part. There is also a carbon fiber part here in the dashboard that you would have to upgrade. There's a leather armrest, beautiful steering wheel actually, fantastic, but not even the carbon fiber package here, and also not the carbon fiber pedal shifters. Of course you can get the carbon fiber updates, but I think it's really a little bit cheap, especially considering that the car is over 100,000 base price. Of course they give you all the coupons and you can get it for cheaper, blah blah, and so on and so on, at least 20%, but still, to me, the base package feels a little bit cheap. No Alcantara roof, it's a black roof, which is positive, but yeah, it's really not that premium. What I like though is the general feeling, okay? It's very easy, you're really used to this, it's nothing complicated. Everybody can sit in this car and feel like home, okay? It's really nice, that is okay, but still, the general looks are not that fancy. For a car with this price range, they could have done a little bit more. But anyway, BMW is a car that focuses on the driving experience. Let's check the back seats for space. Welcome to the back of the M3 Touring, and I'm actually quite surprised because it's not that spacious in here. I'm not the tallest guy, I'm 185, but I don't have any knee space left. I didn't move the seats, it's my driving position, and I have okay headroom. That's not that bad. The seats are not uncomfortable, they're not the most comfortable I've sat in, they're okay. We have some climate vents here in the front, we have two USB-C charging ports, and of course you can adjust the climate control in the back individually. ISOFIX here, an extension for a net for example, and of course the armrest in leather with very cheap cup holders with plastic. So that's about it for the back really. You can put a sheet maybe through there and put the seats down for more volume, and that's it. You can really tell this car is more for the performance experience. It really is. We found ourselves in the front, and I show you a little bit through this iDrive multimedia screen, and to be honest, there's actually not a lot in this version. There's no fancy things that you can do. You have your M drift analyzer, which is pretty much known by now, that actually shows you how far you drifted. You have your basic stuff like a lap timer for the M division, weather, navigation, telephone, radio, all that stuff, Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, Google Maps. You can also connect it with your Google account, and it's pretty easy. It's not that complicated actually, and it's easy to go through. What has also changed is the climate control. It's now a little bit less complicated. You can actually go into the menu and change your climate control very easily. Then of course adjust this automatic program and so on, whatever you want. There's no physical buttons beside this little bar here, and that's it. I mean, it's really not that complicated. It's very easy to be honest. Here you have an automatic program where you can go through the power of the air vents, and that's about it. I would say the most interesting thing is of course the setup mode, because here you can adjust what your car should do. For example, I like to configure the M1 button so I can drive as fast as possible. So I put the car into Sport Plus. You can do it efficient Sport, Sport Plus. The gearbox, for example, is set to S3, which means I will shift myself in the fastest shifting. Then of course the suspension, Sport Plus, the steering wheel, Sport, but the brakes to Comfort because I don't like the feel of the brakes. And you can play with it, and especially you can actually turn it to four-wheel drive, where it really sends most of the power to the front and back wheels, 50-50. Here you have more of the power in the back wheels, and then two-wheel drive mode if you want to go berserk and drift a little. Turn off the traction control completely and you go sideways. Then you can use the drift analyzer. What you can also do is go through the M modes. For example, here press it, a physical button. You can go to Sport, where it changes the appearance in the left screen also. And you can go to M mode, track, when you are on the track. You activate that and then this screen disappears and you only have your main screen here where the speedometer is to focus. That's about it for the infotainment system. I think we should go through the last part of our review, and it would be the Aziz Score. Let's go! All right, let's go through our Aziz Score. What would I rate the driving it? Well, let me tell you this. The driving is an absolute weapon, okay? But it isn't as comfortable. So overall, let's go through the power, the sound, and the handling. The power is a solid, really, for what the car is, it's really an 8 or 9 to 10. It's so powerful, it's so fast, and especially the acceleration. The sound, I would give the sound a 6 out of 10, to be honest. I don't like the sound that much. It feels a little bit damped. Handling, suspension, absolutely mental in driving on corners. Not that comfortable, actually. So this is I would say, an 8 out of 10. Brakes, solid 10, absolutely sick. Looks, I think it looks nice, so I would rate it an 8. Quality, well, the exterior quality is quite good, but there are some plastic packages and of course cheap headlights if you do not upgrade them. And yeah, it's in overall, yeah, it's a solid 8, to be honest. And then the wheels, I would rate the wheels a solid 10 out of 10. I love this wheel design. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And of course the tires are fantastic. Some extras, yes, power dome here, front splitter, side skirts, and then of course in the back diffuser. So the extra section gets a solid 8 out of 10 from me. And then we come to the interior, materials in the interior. I don't like the materials in the interior, to be honest. I will rate it a 6 out of 10. Quality, it's pretty solid. It's a 9 out of 10 actually, because it's so solid. Nothing rattles, nothing squirks, it's great. Infotainment system, a 6 out of 10. Other people do it much better, other manufacturer. Gadgets, not that much. Pull factor, well, to be honest, if you thought you're buying an M3 Touring to get girls, I think you're mistaken, man. The pull factor is not a 10, it's going to be a maximum 7. That's it. I don't think women really like this car. And I think they think it's ugly, okay? So ask your girl, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I would like to know. Ask your girlfriend or your friends, your girlfriends, whether they like the appearance of the look. Ask them how much they would rate it. I would give it a maximum of 7. I think they're going to give it a 5 or 6. And that's about it. Make sure to check out our drivings review. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. God bless you and see you on the next one. Goodbye.